All right, hello everyone, and welcome to our first edition of What's Your Story, powered by Cision. This is our video series where we interview experts in PR and marketing, talk to journalists, and more. So today, for our first guest, we have Jack Norris, who is the CMO of MapR Technologies, which offers unified big data platforms. Jack has more than 20 years of marketing experience. So in your 20-year-long career, what has been one of your marketing successes?
Well, in the last couple years here, we had the kind of unique experience of announcing a partnership and integration with Amazon.
Great.
And within 30 days, a partnership with Google. So basically defining Hadoop in the cloud with MapR and doing it with the two basically undisputed leaders of the cloud were certainly significant, something we're proud of. Now, as the marketing CMO, I guess I'm going to claim credit for that.
Absolutely.
You know, my piece of it was very, very small, and basically the privilege of announcing those partnerships, but reflection of the whole company, reflection of our technology, you know, reflection of our team.
Great. And then what about a marketing challenge that you faced?
Probably the biggest challenge, especially as you're defining a new market, is sharing the customer's experience, the customer's breakthroughs, particularly if you're seen as a competitive advantage and really driving some unique capabilities. They're frequently reluctant to talk to the press, reluctant to have case studies public, and that's a real challenge to figure out how to really give other companies a glimpse of what you can do when some of your maybe most significant use cases are private.
Sure. And have you found any ways to kind of overcome that challenge?
In some ways, using industry talks, obviously talking in general about generic use cases. Those are all ways to get some of the information, but nothing beats hearing directly from a customer, and the power of that is just hard to underestimate.
Yeah, agreed. So now we've mentioned a couple times you've had a 20-year career thus far in marketing. How has the field, or how have you noticed the field evolve over the last 20 years?
Probably the biggest change is that marketing has moved further and further into the sales cycle. Mm-hmm. Initially we were really focused on top of funnel and and handing over quote unquote leads, and then a lot of the discussion was what was a lead and what wasn't a lead. Mm-hmm. And now with marketing automation and the deep integration with Salesforce, there's a lot more visibility into marketing programs and how they impact the sales cycle, and then there are more marketing programs that we do to influence deeper portions of the sales cycle. So that's been a major change. The second change is obviously the way we communicate, the way we interact with customers, and we've moved from more of a talking at you with short ads and graphics and images, and much more of conversations, whether it's through social media or whether it's through more interactive sessions via webinars, etc.
Absolutely. So along with that, what are some of the emerging strategies or tactics that you apply in your marketing efforts, if you can disclose?
Yeah, I think that it's really about reflecting reality. I think marketing's job is not to get in the way, and marketing's job is to amplify what's happening. And so I think the successful programs are the ones that take the reality of a product or service and help additional prospects understand that and move to take advantage of that. And so that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to represent the voice of the customer. We're trying to get a lot of different interactive materials out there so people can experience and understand things and really move the company much, much closer to our customers and to our prospects.
Mm-hmm. I love that quote, marketing should never get in the way. It's a great little tidbit there. So
it's probably from getting in the way.
Yeah, live and learn, live and learn. So lastly, we do have one more follow-up question after this, but the last of our marketing-specific questions, where do you think the industry is headed? Are there any, well, we just did talk about emerging strategies, but if there's any trends that you see or anything like that, we'd love to hear.
May sound a little self-serving since we're the leading distribution for Hadoop, which is a very robust big data platform, but I see the industry moving really to using big data to interpret what's going on in the market, to adjust programs, and to really fine-tune marketing spend. You know, the old adage is of 50% of what I spend is ineffective. I just don't know which half. Is really changing dramatically, and we're seeing things like simple things in terms of testing, in terms of some of our customers on the marketing side doing things like dynamic pricing models and really defined customer segmentation and recommendation engines, and a way to really make their products and services tailored to individuals' needs and requirements. I think is a big change that we've really just kind of scratched the surface.
That's great, and I think even though big data may be a core part of your product, we all know as marketers how important it is, and really it's the way that everything's going. We have so much data, we need to use it.
Yeah.
So with that, thank you so much for joining us, and we do have one final question. With all the marketing you do, how do you unplug and unwind?
I play a lot of tennis.
That's great.
And I think the key there is not to worry how well you play.
There you go. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jack. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk about MapR technologies and also offer your marketing insight.
Great. Well, it was fun to hang out.
Thank you. And to our audience, we look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.